Our special guest today on the line, the 53rd overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft of the Utah Jazz and two-time CAA Player of the Year, Justin Wright-Foreman, former Hofstra guard. How are you doing, Justin?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. Just out here, just living every day and trying to get better every day. Even though this crazy situation going on, I would like to first start by saying I'm praying for all you guys and you guys' family. And it's very important during this time to really cherish family time and really cherish your friends and cherish life because they're telling us to stay inside. So I think we should, as an initiative to prevent this and cause this from moving faster than what it is. So I'm just glad to be here. And again, please everybody be safe again.
Very well said, Justin. Thank you. And speaking of that, what have you been doing during your downtime, especially now that everything, especially in your world, has kind of abruptly come to an end?
Man, it seems so like surreal for this all to happen, like all now for the season to be started. But I just been, taking precautions, just being inside the house. I actually flew home back to New York because I wanted to see my daughter. I'm a new dad. So I've been taking the time just to see her and, see my brothers and my family, making sure they're okay, just, trying to be a kid still and just trying to enjoy, but also try to fit in. I also have a job that I have to do and I have to continue to work out. So playing inside my house, I got like workout equipment. I've been doing that, working on my handles. So just stuff inside, video games, kid stuff.
Indeed. Video games has been a hot topic, it seems like, for everyone right now.
Yes.
But Justin, talk to us a little bit about the transition from graduation this time last year. You're playing for the Hofstra Pride or you were concluding your senior season, and the transition from that to now being a professional athlete, being, with the Utah Jazz.
It's a lot different. From being in college and being in the NBA, it's like a different physicality, different type of speed, and it's like everybody's amazingly like just gifted on this level. So it's different. But my transition's been pretty smooth, I would say. I just continue to do what I've always been doing, scoring the ball. But also I've added a couple of other components to my game. I had a right hand folder in college, but I think I improved on that. I became a better leader because now I just know how to speak to people and in a manner where it's like, what I can dictate, what certain things I can say to certain people and stuff like that. So I guess my biggest change was that. I've always been a good teammate, so I didn't really have to worry about that. But everything's been pretty smooth. Still getting used to some terms and still getting used to some sets, but it comes with the territory, being in another spot because it's coming from Hofstra, and a year later now it's just like now everything's happening fast. So I'm loving it every day, and that's probably like the one part of my transition where everything's been like really smooth and I can't complain about it. It's been good.
What was the experience like when you saw your name come up on the board? Who were you with? What was that celebration like?
Wow. It was really like a jaw dropper. So coming from Hofstra University, we had guys like Charles, Speedy, and, a lot of other greats. You have great guys that come out of this conference day in and day out, like guys that really put the work in and want to learn. So just amazing. And I was around my family, and we were actually in Long Island, and I was around my family and friends, and I had a TV outside. And as the pick started coming up, I just started getting nervous. I was even nervous at number one. I was nervous at number one because you don't know what can happen in the draft. But, I just, try to keep faith alive the whole time. And once I seen that it was getting down to the second round, I knew possibly I had a chance. And I would just remember being so nervous and anxious to the point where it's like I couldn't sit down. It's either I had to go grab something to eat, something to drink. My mouth kept getting dry. And then once I heard with the third pick, the Utah Jazz select Justin, I was like, hold on. And then the name popped up and it said Wright-Foreman. I couldn't do anything, but just it was a lot of emotions. I was excited. I was nervous, but most importantly, I just knew that I worked for this moment for my whole life. And ever since I was at Hofstra for 4 years, especially everything that I've been through, like being at that school, for everything to finally come true, is just amazing. And I can only thank Hofstra University for that. I gotta thank God for that, and the people, my supporting cast that always been around me from day one.
Well, congratulations again. And you spoke about the conference there a little bit. You have a teammate, Jarrell Brantley, that's on your team, who was selected 3 picks just ahead of you. And then obviously, you keep up with the league with, Hofstra winning the championship this year, but I'm sure you played against players that are now looking to possibly be in the same situation you're in, like a Grant Riller at College of Charleston, or Nathan Knight at William & Mary, or even some of your former teammates there, and Eli and DeJour Bowie.
DeJour, yep.
Yeah. What would you say to them as they get their preparation might be a little different with the pandemic going on, but what advice would you give to them, and what does it say about the CAA?
I'll just start off talking about the conference. It just shows how our conference is so tough. It's like any day, like you could get anybody. It's like I remember going into games, and I'll share this with you guys. I remember going into games where it's like, we got to play Grant Riller. I'm like, oh my God, we got to play Grant. Oh, we got to play Jarrell. Now we got to see Nathan. So it was games like that. But you have these guys who are NBA talent. And people just don't. We kind of fly under the radar a little bit, but it just goes to show how strong our league is. If you have guys like Grant Riller, who's on draft boards, Nathan Knight, who's on draft boards, DeJour, who could sneak in, Eli, who could potentially be on draft boards and could sneak in. You'll never know with this conference. So it just shows how good our conference is. And for my advice to those guys is to always just stay ready through all this that's going on, because this is kind of unique for all this stuff to be going on. So stay ready and to, just continue to prepare yourself for what's going on, because you're going to, if you get a tons of workouts, because I had 13, and you get into these workouts, you got to be able to perform and, show them what you can do. So just stay ready, and, regardless of the fact, just wait your turn. And once your turn comes, just grab that opportunity and just run with it.
And, of course, we mentioned your teammate, Jarrell. We talked to him recently, and he said, mainly he did the trash talking when Hofstra and Charleston played each other this year, but he said there was some trash talking between the two of you. Just talk about those moments you guys had this year, both watching your former schools play against each other and go through the league, and also just what does it mean to play with Jarrell, a guy that you played against for 4 years?
Just to play against somebody that used to give us hell for 4 years gave me a relief because now the bruises on my team. So now I get to have a little fun. But it's amazing to have Jarrell around. He's such a great dude. He's actually funny than people know. He's very talkative, which that's me too. And we both are almost the same. We like to have a good time. We both like good basketball. To have somebody like him on our team is amazing, because he could do everything. He plays defense, scores the ball, and he's just a good teammate overall. I was actually home for one of those games, and I sat there and I was just making jokes with him, calling each other back and forth. I said, "Uh-oh, DeJour just got hot. Oh, Pem just got hot." But it's always good when we get into those games, because we used to be good rivals when we were in school. So it's good to see those battles still be what it is today.
And, of course, Hofstra winning the championship this year. Justin, I'm sure, watching from wherever you were, what was that like to see them, get over that hump, win the title? Just take us through that moment. And, I believe you were even FaceTimed afterwards by your teammates. Yes. Celebration. So just take us through all the emotions in that moment watching that.
I felt like I was there when we won, because I was actually watching it with Jarrell on the TV. And for that moment to actually come true after 19 years, is big time. I couldn't really say anything, because I was just so emotional, and even talking about it now just brings it, because I'm just so happy for those guys. And it's just I know all the work we we've been through, because I was there for 4 years. So it's just for all that to happen, and for it to happen to a school like us who hasn't been there in 19 years, it's just amazing, because those guys put in the work this year, and I know they did. So for them to accomplish their dream of going to the tournament is amazing, and I just couldn't be more happy for them.
Also, your former coach, Coach Mihalik, getting his first CAA championship as well. What did you say to him once you got to speak with him after he won the championship?
I just told him congratulations, because there's not really much you could say in that moment. I really wanted him to genuinely enjoy that, and I wanted to enjoy it myself. But I told him, I just said, congratulations, coach. I mean, like, I know everything that, the school's been through, and, he's been there, part of the rebuild process. So I was just like, coach, like, you're the GOAT. You're the GOAT. Because it's like, that's his first one. And, for him to finally get a break. I was just so happy. And, he's a great coach, even better person off the court and on the court. But I was just happy. I just told him congratulations, and I just told him I loved him. That was it.
Speaking with Justin Wright-Foreman, former two-time CAA Player of the Year from the Hofstra Pride. And Justin, in your first year, you've moved back and forth between the Jazz and the Salt Lake City Stars. What has the organization said to you and want you to focus on while you've been playing with the Stars?
I guess I play with the Stars mostly for development reasons, because I'll just be honest and say that I feel like I need to be more of a point guard. So, I mean, I guess it was for development. But, like I said, I'm just happy with whether playing with the Jazz or whether playing with the Salt Lake City Stars. Of course, you want to go to the next level, but I feel like I develop more, and especially, on the court, like with my game. But I feel like it did help me a lot off the court, because now with those tough games, I learned, like, you can control your own situation and you can control your mood. So, like, when I was in college, I have a bad game, I would be down on myself, but then come out and then play good next game because I expect a lot out of myself. But now I look at it as I have a whole nother reason, because now when I have a bad game, I get to talk to my daughter, and it's just like everything goes back to normal, and I just reset my whole self and wind up playing good again. So I don't really pay it too much mind. I'm just happy to be in the situation I am with this great organization.
And you've had some great success in your first year. What does it mean to you to be voted to the midseason AllNBA G League team,
Wow.
by the G League's coaches and general manager?
It's a huge honor. It's more accolades, but I was never one for the accolades. Like, I'm very appreciative, but I wouldn't be here without my teammates. My teammates, from one to however many it was, and the coaches. I just think everybody for believing in me, and just everybody just having the confidence in me to make the plays that I made, and find people in the spots. My coaches believing in me to make the plays and to run certain plays for me and stuff like that. So it's an honor, and it shows that, like, my work is just continue to get better every day.
Wrapping up here with Justin Wright-Foreman, and building on that, Justin, what goals have you set for yourself as you head into next season?
I set a lot of goals. So every year since I've been at Hofstra and until now, I always put notes of goals that I want to in my phone, and I always try to accomplish. And so far, I've been accomplishing my goals from year 1 to year 2 to 3, 4. So I guess my goal the next year is just be better than this year, and obviously be on a roster. But I just want to continue to get better and to continue to grow as a player and watch more film, and the points and stuff will come, assists will come, rebounds will come. But I'm steady focusing on the defensive end of the floor, and just my mindset going into the next year to see, like, all right, I had a good year. Now let's continue that 2, 3, 4 and on, and have the longest career I can. So that's it.
Justin Wright-Foreman, thank you so much for joining us. Stay safe and healthy out there, and we'll speak to you down the road.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for this.